make sure he knows, like, don't call me after this time, don't.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Little Blackbird 91. We're here giving you guys another review of Married at First Sight. We're breaking it all the way down, and we're talking about the masterclass that Chris just gave Paige on manipulation. Yes, guys, we're talking about the masterclass of manipulation. Why? Because I need you guys to understand it. And maybe you're new to my channel and you don't know about the stuff that I talk about. Maybe you haven't heard this before, but listen, Chris is just doing what manipulators just do. They take advantage of weakness in you. They exploit those weaknesses and they use it against you. And we're going to talk about it. So, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Click on the bell button for notifications that uploads. Almost broke my table. And for those of you who are returnees, well, you got the minerals. You got the minerals. Yeah. Stay hydrated. You mighty lean. Let's get into it. So, let's play a little clip and then we'll have a little talk about it.
I'm gonna be straight. I don't like my time being wasted, and I don't like to waste other people's time. And
now, first of all, I just want to say this. I would love to, we said this from the last episodes. I said to you guys that I felt like Paige came in on 100. She came, dealt with the Mercedes situation. She said it doesn't serve her no more. We were all doing hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. But I said to you guys, it's going to be short-lived because, to be honest, the way she was excited about leaving the situation told me that it was really more of I want to win the battle. I want to win the war with this woman and win the war with Chris right now. Really than actually being about her moving on and maturing in her feelings to stay away from him, right? Which is really, really important. And we'll deal with that in another video. But in this particular video here, Chris is not doing much. Okay, I've said this, and we've said this so many times that we're probably tired of saying of it, right? Chris isn't doing much to get her back. And this is the whole Adam, the Eve, and the serpent situation all over again. Eve, being naive to the situation, doesn't fully understand that, listen, the serpent telling you something is only out here to manipulate you. But Eve, thinking that something looks good, will be good for food, good for wisdom, good for this, decides to disobey the command the command that was given to her through Adam to her, and decides to eat the fruit from the tree. But she was beguiled, she was manipulated, she was tricked into this position, and she doesn't realize that until after she's eaten the fruit. And so until the thing begins to click for Paige, she won't realize she's been manipulated, right? We just saw a clip here of her going to the producers, and instead of actually following through what the producers said to her, which was, hey, you said that you're done with this. They said, go back and tell him what you're going to say. She goes and look what she's going to say.
and I feel like you were doing like a runaround with me. So now I'm a little confused and conflicted. Like, why did I even show up if you...
Now, here's the thing. She, like I said with the whole Vincent situation, she's looking for validation. Whenever we're dealing with these problems, the key word today is validation, okay? Because what she's searching for in that moment, she goes, oh, I'm really confused as to why you invited me here. Why are you confused? The boy is a manipulator. The boy didn't have you at first glance. That's why you decided to go hard on Mercedes when she came. You gave Mercedes bars. You gave Mercedes energy. You gave Mercedes levels, bruv. You let her know that you're nothing to play with. You're a force to be reckoned with. That's what you gave Mercedes. So you are aware that he was moving mad. So why would you continue knowing that he didn't want you? So now you see the message started from going from the producers, came back in. All you have to do was repeat what you said to the producers, and then continue on from there, and the journey done. But she took that message, got back in, and then decided, I think I have an idea. And that's the problem. When your emotions speak, you think you have an idea. It is the emotions that the enemy seeks to manipulate. Whenever someone's a manipulator, they are looking for your emotions. It's called emotional buying. When we buy products, we are often emotionally led. Who remembers the Cadbury chocolate advert? I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, doom. I've been waiting for this moment, singing all my life. oh Lord, right? But when you hear that song in itself, what emotions does it elicit? Because those same emotions are about to be used as to why you're going to buy this Cadbury chocolate. They know exactly what they're doing when they manipulate you into buying their product. They know exactly what they're doing when they're doing product placement at the front of the store. They know exactly what they're doing when you come into the store and they play a certain type of music to make you buy more. They know exactly what they're doing to manipulate you. You've always been in a position of being manipulated, man or woman. Okay, the world is built on manipulation. Let me be very frank with you. They know how to get your emotions to go ahead of you. And that's the issue here. That Paige is getting done by her own emotions. And what emotion is it? It's the impulsive aspect of her dealing with her emotions. When you're impulsive, whenever an idea comes to mind, you just do it. There is no circuit breaker. Okay, so Paige is lacking within herself a circuit breaker. This is what's making it very easy to manipulate the person. If you're watching and you are like Paige, and this is for you, you need to implement a circuit breaker. The circuit breaker is the moment you have a clarity of thought to say, is this really what I need to do? Is this what I really need to do? The circuit breaker gives you that opportunity to think that. And you develop circuit breakers by developing good boundaries, because they help you understand that I need to be disciplined in my emotional affairs, right? And Paige hasn't got that right now. So now she's dealing with Chris, and Chris is spotting and noticing that she isn't so strong on her boundaries. He's going to take advantage of that. Okay, let's play it on it and let's see what we're saying. And she's given the game away. Not even that. Paige has given the game away. You came in here and you're saying, I don't understand. The moment you said, I don't understand why, you've come and you've messaged me, you've given him emotions you didn't need to give him. You don't need to ask why. He called the meeting to move mad. That's it. That's it. Just like he called the meeting with his ex, Mercedes, to come and meet you. That was it. It was to move mad. Mazzoline. You understand?
Are literally telling me the same thing you said last week. I would have not shown up today. No, I'm like really dead ass at this point. I would have not shown up.
I'm not laughing because
I'm not gonna lie to you. And look, I think she's even got tears. He's broken her, blood. Sorry, I just muted it. He's broken her. The boy has broken. She got tears now. Why have you got tears? Because you're still hoping that this situation is going to turn around and that God is going to turn it around for you, sis. And you're making it easy to manipulate you. Manipulators look for emotional weakness. Those who are weak in dealing with their emotions. Okay, we're looking for breaches in the wall. When an enemy looks to take you over, they look for breakages. They look for broken parts of the wall. They look for weakness points in your structure of building. All right? And so when you take out that weakness in that particular building, that wall, you can enter into that particular space. And the manipulator is looking for, what do you offer to me that shows me you're weak? And for Paige's case, there's too much emotion being sold to him about this particular situation. Way too much. You're asking questions about why you're doing this or why you're doing this. And you're not dealing with the core hard facts. That you are not loved by this guy. Let's play a bit more, right?
offensive. Like, that's just how I show emotion.
It got me out here looking crazy.
Girl, you out here looking crazy. You were looking crazy before then. Way before this point, you were looking crazy, babe. I'm not gonna lie to you. You were looking crazy way before this point. This is nothing new about his crazy. But we're gonna go into his manipulation in a second.
I'm not trying to have you out here looking crazy.
That's exactly what's happening.
I have my guards up. I have my guards up towards everybody. But
Now, I want you to focus here. Remember I told you guys, if you've been watching my reviews, you'll know. I talked about trauma bonding. I talked about using fly monkeys and everything like that. What I want you to understand is it's within trauma bonding as well. But the use of highs and lows. Remember I told you about this, highs and lows, right? So if you're watching this and you're new and you're thinking whether you're being manipulated in a relationship, you're looking for the highs, the extreme highs and extreme lows very, very quickly. Today, what kind of Chris has she got? The calm Chris. The Chris that is going to be energetic, lovely, nice. But it was last Sunday, we got the Chris that didn't care about you, right? We had a Chris before that where Chris is now angry and emotional about a situation. The other part of Chris is where he's having sex with you and telling you you're ugly. Another part of Chris where he's telling you, listen, I love my ex. Another part of Chris where he's telling you, listen, you're now my covering. You're getting so many different valleys and peaks from that person. Trust me, that's what the relationship you want to be in, because with those valleys and peaks, what they're doing is they're getting you addicted. You see, something about us as human beings is that we like to have ups and downs because it makes us feel alive. But the trouble is when the peaks and the valleys are so wide apart, it yo-yos your feelings and you're unable to be stable. And this is important because this is what gets you addicted. This is why sugar is so addictive, because the high is amazing, but the drop when you low is crazy. This is why the drugs are the exact same thing. The high is so intense and then it brings you low again. But because it's so low, no matter how high you go, it feels like an absolute high because you were so low. Right? So now we're getting the energetic Chris, smiling Chris. Oh, I'm so sorry, I wasn't trying to laugh at you, but the situation, like now you're getting the polite Chris, respectful Chris. But last Sunday he was angry about the fact that you decided that you weren't cool with the situation the way it was being presented to you. Do you see it? So Paige can't see it, but for you guys who are watching, this is for you to learn from. Watch it again.
Afraid, yo. That's on defensive.
Pause here. Now, what's he said here? He said, I'm afraid, yo. I'm afraid. Now, here's what's going to happen. What is your response to him saying, I'm afraid? When you hear a man now saying, oh, I'm afraid, it's going to throw you off. That's the whole point. This is the reason why he's doing it. I call it double bluff. It's to get you to lower your guards down. All right. He's telling the truth, but the truth is a lie, but it's the truth. Right? The truth is with intention to lower your defenses. He's doing it. He's telling the truth with a deception. He knows that telling the truth at this point in time will get you to lower your guard. So he tells you, oh, I'm afraid. And now a woman thinks to herself, right, a man's actually being open and earnest about his fears. It's rare that we hear a man be vulnerable. Now you're starting to feel sorry for him. Right? I've said this in other videos as well, but I want to show you in action. Look what he's going to do to her. Watch what he's going to do.
Why?
I'm afraid that somebody else is going to raise my kid.
Now pause. She asked a question, why, in regards to him being afraid. That's the problem right there. The reason why manipulators take advantage of people is because the need to be empathetic and understanding to their plight causes you to overlook the flaws and say, I want to be the one, specially, who's able to unlock you and go deep with you. Everyone else may not understand you, but me, I'm going to go deeper than you. I'm going to go deeper than everybody else, and I'm going to try and understand you. I'm going to give you as many chances as you can because I believe that I can unlock you. But I'm not your therapist. I'm not your counselor. Okay? I'm none of those things. I am your partner, so I can't be doing unlocking things. I'm not saying I can't listen to you, but I'm saying I can't be doing unlocking things and doing full-on therapy so that you can come out of your space. Do you feel? And then watch what he does. He's going to throw her back into a deep. He's going to take her high, okay, by explaining his vulnerability. He's going to throw her into a valley. Listen to what he says. Let me just go back just slightly, because he threw her right back into a valley.
Why?
I'm afraid that somebody else is going to raise my kid.
You see her face? You see her face? She thought he was going to say, oh, I'm afraid because I'm going to love you again. That's what she wanted to hear. If the fact that, remember, listen, if the mere fact of him saying, I'm afraid to love you, or him saying, I know your middle name, so, of course I will know my middle name of my missus, that will get her gassed. Those few words, I am encouraged to ask this question. What type of validation did you get from your parents? No, real spit. This got nothing to do with boyfriends now. What little validation did you get from your parents and from those around you when you were younger? Because this sounds like, to me, a childhood issue. Because if those 1 or 2 words of falling in love with you and the action are not showing, but you're gassed by those few words, that would stick to me that something in childhood makes it easy for you to believe those cheap words concerning with action. Right? Your lack of self-esteem, your lack of validation in this area has made you now accept pennies. Instead of accepting thousands of pounds, you're accepting pennies because you don't know your worth. You don't know your worth. And now the manipulator sees that and seizes upon it. Because that's your weakness. So he knows he can get it with some words, right? But listen to what he's saying. I'm afraid that someone's going to raise up my child, and then she's thrown back into the fact that it's not about her.
If I take this risk and I just continue on with the marriage, what the am I losing over here? You know what I'm saying? I might get cut off.
Now, he's going to tell you some stuff. He might get cut off. He might get this. And they are genuine concerns. Trust me, they are genuine concerns. But you already said that your priority is your wife. And you're not showing your priority is your wife at this moment. So now there should be a dichotomy. There should be a paradox in the mind of Paige. Like, what's going on? A double-minded man. And you know this because the pastor done told you this. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's for Paige... You know, I really feel like Paige is not understanding that, hey, sis, you know, you've got to move forward. You got to move forward. It's okay. It's okay. He is not who is meant to be for you. God doesn't want you to be in a situation like this, but you're saying God is, and that is being used against you. That's the art of the manipulation. The art of the manipulation makes you think that you need me. The art of manipulation makes you think that you need me when it's not that, when it's not true. The truth of the matter is he needs you. That's how he begins. That's how he attains power. That's how he holds on to power. You don't need him. You don't need him. Okay? Let's continue on forward as well. Let's continue on forward.
Might not even know who I am. I don't know. I'm afraid, yo. I'm freaking afraid. I don't know what to do, yo.
Look at all this behavior. I'm afraid. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Hand on head. I'm not sure what's gonna happen to me, etc., etc. All of that is a beautiful act as well. Beautiful act. I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm just saying it's a beautiful act. It's a double bluff. He's using truth as a deception. What he wants to raise in you is a sympathetic vote. He wants you to feel emotional for him. He wants you to feel sorry for him, and then he wants you to be a part of the solution. That's how it works. The manipulator can't work without the person wanting to be able to yield the power, because the manipulation is about power and not might. The manipulation is about being able to influence a narrative, and in this narrative it's asking for Paige to fill in the blanks. Paige, you know, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've been thinking about the situation. It's moving mad. You know, the mother of my kids gonna cut me off, blah blah blah. And it's like, oh, I'm scared. Now it's like, okay, do what? I'm gonna cover you. Oh, I can cover you, because what he's leaving room for is for you to be able to provide action, right? And this is very similar to how cheaters also do this to women as well, which is that they'll form a narrative and say, you know, and they'll frame a narrative and it'll be about how you didn't do something as to why they cheated. Same kind of effect. They will frame the way that the reason why they cheated as really you're the reason why, and you did something to contribute towards that. When the truth of the matter is you listened to your desires and you cheated. But the manipulation is trying to get you to think that you can do something to change it. Do you feel me? Right? Filling in the blanks.
I'm also afraid that I'm probably making the wrong decision trying to make the right decision.
Now, I don't know if you heard anything he said. It's all higgy in the hag. If you're confused about what he's saying, then she's confused about what he's saying. And that confusion is what he wants. Because confusion means that you cannot give a defined answer. When you're in a haze, when you're confused, when you're not sure what's going on, this is a powerful manipulation tactic to distort the reality of the individual person. To make them, throw them into a whirlwind that when they're spinning, they're unable to see and be able to wait. I need to make a decision here. That inability is because you're spinning so fast in his whirlwind of trouble, you're unable to fixate your eyes on a point to be able to make some decisions. So long as he keeps you in that haze, and so long as you allow yourself to be kept in that haze, he will continue to manipulate you. Like I said, it's a masterclass of manipulation. However cheap it may be, He understands his enemy. He understands his prey. He understands what makes the prey tick. That's what makes manipulation so good and so evil at the same time. You must study your person and understand their weaknesses. Hers is her emotions.
I feel like I'm doing the right thing in my mind. Like, yo, I'm gonna raise my baby. You know what I'm saying? Possibly with the mother here. But then I'm like, yo, I signed up here to be married.
Now you see how he's doing it? You see how he's doing it? You know, oh yeah, you know, I don't want to be the mother of my kids, and now he's throwing up a little dilemma. Oh, but you know, I signed up to be married. Now, what's he asking for? What the response he's asking that he's drawing from her is, help me make a decision. Help convince me that I need to be on your team. Because the whole point of the manipulation is to make you feel you have choice. It's like the Matrix. You have to make them feel like they have choice. Right? But the thing is, you're trying to guide them with what choice they should make for it, so that it benefits you. So when he's doing that whole, but I did sign up to be here. What he's looking for is a response by Paige to filling the blanks. But oh my gosh, yes, I know you signed up for the show. Look, it's God ordained. Da, 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 da. He wants a response from her to convince him, even though he knows what he wants to do. He wants her to convince, because then she's invested. When you begin to convince me, you're invested.
I'm married already, so I'm afraid, yo. I'm afraid that I might be happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm afraid that I might go through the process
and he's afraid that he might be happy. All right, afraid that I might go for all of that stuff is jargon, blood, jargon. But she's going to eat it up. So he knows, you know, one of the greatest gifts of the enemy is to talk. It's that simple. Is to talk. What's he doing now? He's talking. How did he get Eve to eat the fruit from the tree? Did he hand it to her, or did he talk? The serpent talked. Whenever somebody's got a sharp tongue, there's a lie. There's a possibility that you could be fooled. Do you understand? There's a possibility that you could be lied to with his tongue, because he's so sharp with it, right? He's so sharp with it, and so now you're hearing him say, obviously, you know, hey. I'm trying to be open for this. He's basically saying I'm open for this without being open for it. He's leaving a possibility so that she can frame the narrative herself. He's leaving enough doubt and enough putting the idea in her head to make it think it's her idea, right? It's really his idea. It's not their idea. It's his idea.
I might fall in love. You know, I just rejected everything and everybody, including her, because I focused more so on the news of having.
Now, he didn't focus on the news. Let's be honest. He didn't focus on the news. He didn't focus on the news of his child. No. Again, that's another good lie. He was acting like this from the very beginning. Remember the very beginning with his girlfriend? There's nothing new this is not about the new stimulus. And that's where and this is another technique that's been used. Red herrings. Throwing you off by introducing another thing that is because remember, you have to get this person to a place where they're performing. That's the whole point of manipulation. I need you to get to a place where you're performing. I've got to make you think that your performance affects how I behave. Because once I get you there, what I can do is, the reason why I'm acting this way is because you decided not to do this. Then that's getting that person into performance based. Do you see why works-based salvation is so crazy? Do you see why work-based salvation is so evil? Because it puts all the emphasis on what you can do rather than the emphasis of the finished work of Christ. So now, in the same way, when it comes to relationship, when someone's trying to push you into performance-based as to why they're reacting the way they're reacting, then you got an issue, because he wants to make her performance-based. He wants her to be in a space where, oh, if you did this, then I would have done this. Oh, because you didn't cook my food today, or cook the food the way I wanted to cook today, that's why I'm acting the way I'm acting. And really, the truth of the matter is, he's going to act the exact same way he always acts. It's not going to change by your behavior. What will change, though, maybe, is that he'll try a little bit harder to lock you into his own reality. But he's not changing his behavior towards you out of love. He's changing it because he needs to make sure he keeps the elements of control in this relationship. So yes, no, he did. The situation with the kid does not make a difference. He's always been acting like this.
And everything surrounding that. So I have been negligent in my responsibilities as being a husband. And that was.
And so again, he talks about how he's been negligent of his responsibilities due to that situation happening. He's been negligent from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Stay hydrated. Just like when he, at the very beginning, when he said, when he spoke to Pastor Dwight and a friend, he said, "Oh, from the beginning, I didn't find her attractive." So there is nothing to do. Listen, your performance, love, sir, your performance cannot stop them or change them. Your performance, no matter how good, no matter how much you love them, it won't change them. Okay, it won't change them. Let's go again.
Fair to Paige. I didn't come on here to break nobody's heart. I didn't come on here to break your heart.
Well, he didn't come in here to breaking his heart, but he's doing it though, isn't he? Right? He's doing it. He's breaking her heart. Right? And now he's trying to show a little bit of empathy and remorse for all that he's done. Give me sympathy. Remember, this is very similar to the scene. When I say it's very similar, remember the scene where, also episode 2, where they were talking amongst the couples on the honeymoon, and then when they were given paid sympathy, he ran away because he wasn't getting that same sympathy. For right now, what he's trying to induce is a sympathy from her, and that, don't worry, it'll be okay. I'll support you. I'll love you. That's what he wants from her. You know what I'm saying? Let's go again.
I appreciate your honesty.
Sis, what honesty? Iko bene. What kind of honesty is this, sis? Why are you accepting that as honesty? You know what I'm saying? Like, sis, you were there with him last Sunday when they said it, whatever, where they were talking about you and Mercedes. When you and Mercedes were talking, what's him being honest? He couldn't even have a conversation then, sis. Okay, this is a level of blindness that needs to evaporate, sis. Okay, right? Like, I know he's a manipulator, don't get twisted. He's pulled a wall over eyes. But there's also a responsibility on your end as well to open those eyes and say, hey, actually, what information I'm being fed, is it correct? Because at the moment, we're not seeing that from you. How can you have gone from one place and backslided from being, I'm done, I'm finished, to be backsliding here? So the manipulation is strong. But this part of her doesn't make sense. Well, it does make sense, but it doesn't make sense in the fact that we know wholeheartedly that she unfortunately, okay, is being sucked into his world and his idea of what the world should be like. And because of her validation, her need to be validated, her need to be wanted, her need to be loved, this is easy pickings for the manipulator. Easy pickings. There's a whole lot of emotional drop the head.
Take all of that into consideration. I feel you. I hear you.
That's making me vexed, bruv. I don't know what to even say, bruv. That's the empathy and the understanding there. That's the empath enabler behavior, where you're saying, obviously, where she's trying to now reason, almost like you're trying to reason with your abuser. You're trying to reason with him. You're like, oh, I understand you. I feel you. I get you. Remember I was saying that earlier on? That's what she's displaying to us at the moment, man. Listen, I can't. Listen, for me, that's frustrating. The frustrating part is the fact that as much as he's a manipulator, he's not the greatest manipulator. And that's what's sad.
And just like you, I have a lot to lose in this situation.
And you don't deserve this at all. You shouldn't be no option.
He's doing all the little, you don't deserve this at all. You shouldn't be no option. Rah, rah, rah. Bro, you know why she's an option. It's not even an option. She is a tool in your hands. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to this, you are a tool in somebody's hands. Okay? All of that behavior, it's not real. It's not real. It's all a play. It's all acting. It's all to solicit an emotion from you. Let's go again.
Like a dude should be able to look at you and say, hey, yo, this is what it is. I want this. And I feel like I would be like that if the circumstances wasn't what they were.
Again, performance based. He's going, oh, you know what? Things wouldn't be the way it was if the situation wasn't as it was. Okay, again, he's making it as if, okay, look, I want you to. It's almost like an issue of here. Okay, so let me break it down for you. I wouldn't be like this. Again, he's put something else, not maybe in a performance base, but there's something else. There's another hurdle. Because listen, you have to keep jumping through hurdles. That's the point. You're the hamster on a wheel. So the manipulator has to make you motivated to keep turning the wheel and hoping that it will get better. So, if I didn't have the situation, I'd be so much more wanting you, making a choice for you. Hamster on the wheel. Because the truth of the matter is, he was like this from the beginning. But for her, she's gonna be like, okay, cool. That's another situation to get it on. We just need to get past that moment and we'll be okay. It's the fake promises that are being made by him without him actually promising for Paige that she's taken on, and she's running with it on the hamster wheel.
What do you want?
Now it's gonna get techie. So this is the last part of the show. It's gonna get techie because now he's set it so right. When you manipulate and you set it right, this is what's gonna happen. Stay hydrated. When you set the bar right, when you've manipulated it enough, when you've got the person to an emotional point that they now surrender themselves, okay, to the scenario that you're wanting, you're going to ask this key question. Look at this, what he says there.
What do you want?
Now, the reason why he's asking what you want is because he now knows he's got where he wants. Because truth of the matter is, she was vexed when she came in. And now he's made her or reduced her to a point where she's now considering going back into a relationship. She's considering that? Really? Because he's manipulated her to a point, he's folded her to a point, now she has to surrender. She ain't got a choice. She can't go anywhere else. Because when you allow the enemy to speak, the Bible says that we should what? Resist the devil, submit to God, resist the devil and he shall flee. When you give that devil, the Bible says, give him no room, give him no platform in your marriages. When you give the devil that platform to speak, he will speak. And because he's got a forked tongue, truth and lies are mixed in so beautifully, you're not able to tell which was which. And now you're in a scenario where you're saying, oh, I'm not sure what I need to do. But look what her response is to this question. What's her response?
I wanted you to give us a chance.
Listen to language. This is what I wanted. I wanted you to give us a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, which at the moment it sounds okay. Because actually, let's be honest, I wanted you to just give us a chance. Now, she should end it with, but, I'll say la vie, we've reached the end of our road and unfortunately we can't go there. She's not going to say that though, because she's leaving it open. She wants him to actually chase her. Yo, that kumbaya stuff is mad. Man said, it's so childlike, the way he behaves, all the extra stuff that you can see through. It's like, he's playing, and he's playing and dancing on the lines of your emotion. I don't know how many times I can say it. It's just that I want to drum it into you, because if you're watching this and you're in something similar like this, I need you. This could be your wake up video. This could be your wake up video for you. This could be a wake up video. When she's saying those words about I wanted us to give us a chance, she knew what she was saying. She's inviting him to say that he wants her, which is what he wanted. You see, it's almost like the whole situation with the vampire situation, where they always say, sometimes they say the vampire can't enter your house unless you invite him in. So in this case, the manipulator wants you to think that you have power in this situation. And so he has to feign it. He has to almost, he has to almost give it to you. The same way like when the devil said to Jesus Christ, bow down to me and I'll give you everything. I'll give you everything. And so the illusion is you'll get everything and have all the power and everything like that, but you will be submitted to the devil. Same way the manipulator gives you all the power, thinking that you have a choice in this, but what he really wants is you to make a choice that will wants you to make a choice that will bring him back into the fold, whichever way that is. In this case, he's decided to ask her, what do you want? And listening by her response, he goes, he knows. So now when she asks him what he wants, you've lost. The war is done.
We need a reset. Start over.
too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. If this is you, please wake up, man. If this is you, wake up. If this is you in a situation with Paige similar, wake up. It's too easy. I say with you, it's too easy. It's too easy. Last bit.
Kind of like a clean slate for the both of us. I feel like we definitely need a reset button after everything that's trans.
You know, when you get someone really deep emotionally, you know, when you have a breakup with your girlfriend and you have that conversation after you had a breakup, that deep one where everyone tells their truths about how they felt about the relationship and everybody feels like they've got a weight off their chest. That's exactly what's happened here. That's exactly what's happened here. But the clearing of your emotions about your feelings does not mean you enter back into a relationship. It just meant that this is something that should have been done ages ago and it hasn't been done. And now we're at the end of the road. Although we've grown to the end of the road, still I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. You know what I mean? Let's last bit, man.
Inspired. So can we start over?
Sure.
You know, let me end it this note. I put it in my video, situationship walking away. And I said some people rather not feel the pain immediately now and rather subdue the pain and delay it. And rather feel little pain over the course of time. So in this case with Paige, she'd rather feel little pain now than deal with the big pain of separation from this particular situation. Right? The embarrassment, the fact that you were wrong, and the fact that obviously he's moving mad and you knew better, etc., etc. All of that coming into play to hurt you. Rather than dealing with that pain, she'd rather have the subdued pain over a period of time. It's easier to deal with. Man, I'm telling you, man. Listen, anyway, let me leave it there. I've gone on for too long. I was meant to have a 20-minute review and it's gone on longer than it is. But although we've grown to the end of the road, still I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. Oh, to the end of the road. Still I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you.